All right, all right, all right. What's up? What's up? I do believe we are live. Thank you, everybody, for hopping on the live stream. I see the crew is in the building. Mr. BB, what's up? So proud of your diligence and your persistence and your commitment. That's what it takes in this industry. And yeah, so impressed, man. Sure that the first bit of time is hard, guys. If you put your mind to this trading thing, that's where you come right. And I see that it's happening, BB. Very, very proud. Ike in the building. McCall, let's go. I see you've been milking the markets, man. I'm going to share some of the P&L that's been happening in the Discord. And wow, I mean, it's absolutely crazy. Super, super cool to see. Please confirm if we are loud and clear. And look at this, JCG. Oh my gosh, absolutely killing it, man. So beautiful. I mean, we're just seeing day in and day out milking the market on multiple exchanges. Let's go, brother. Absolutely loving it. And McCall, I mean, of course, we're not surprised, right? Here we go on the MUBITE prop firm account. Let us know how that's going. And wow, I mean, 10x trades, guys. 10x trades on a demo account linked to a funded account. So risk is very small there, which is so nice. And yeah, you get 80% of the profits that you're able to make. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Check out the link to MUBITE in the description if you're interested, and I will be streaming on the MUBITE Discord again tomorrow. And there we go with the 100x. Oh, 73 down to 70. And yeah, you've been keeping it hot, man. I've been keeping track of your trades. You got the longs, you got the shorts. That's how we go. Ride the waves, milk the market. And right now, it's really JCG and McCall that are keeping this P&L group so hot. And, you know, seeing these P&Ls, don't take it as oppression. Don't get upset and think, oh, you know, I'll never get there. Or don't take it as something that's going to push you in to trading too much margin, too much risk. Just take it as inspiration, right? These guys have been working damn hard. And they've been slow about it. They've been smart about it. They've been risk managed about it. And now they're reaping the rewards. And that's how life works, guys. The most difficult things, the things that allow you the most freedom are going to be the things that are most difficult to achieve. But I must say, seeing this community making money, of course, makes me so, so happy. All right, huge welcome to everybody. Thank you for joining. Abdul in the building. Let's go. Is this new working space or AI? So what do you think of my new $1 million apartment, guys? In the California mountains. You tell me what you think. You tell me what you think. I am currently, yeah, in the process of purchasing a property for my new YouTube studio. So things are moving and it's going to be absolutely beautiful. All right. Do we have a newcomer to the crew? Welcome, Ustaz. Lovely to have you. Driving but watching. Let's go. All right. I'll be that nice, soothing, calming voice on the radio while you drive. Hopefully not too calming. Please don't fall asleep. I've got some iced tea today because it's like 35 degrees plus here right now. So forgive me while I'm hydrating during the stream. I'm getting my little caffeine boost there from my iced tea. JD Hatcher in the building. All right, lovely. Let's go, Jiam. The crew is here. HU is here. And yes, we need to be sharing your journaling app, HU. We need to be sharing it. All right, everybody's in the building. Everybody's feeling good. We're not going to do a long one today because I am frying. I'm literally frying like a fried egg on the pavement. Right, so we're going to keep it short. We're going to keep it hot. And yeah, Bitcoin is throwing us around. No clear direction. So basically, I've just been looking for signals on the altcoins. Very simple stuff, SMC order blocks. Mostly, actually, what I've been doing is the sniper RSI and stochastic rhyming. It is so useful, and if you can just take that in confluence with some market cipher and some SNC, you're absolutely killing it. Yeah, we'll have a live housewarming party. We'll have a live housewarming. And yeah, definitely one of the best investment properties. Nothing's final yet, right? But one of the best investment properties, I think. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so let's move. Lorato in the building. I do believe this is your first live stream. everybody give Lerato a warm welcome. We have a newbie, we have a beginner in the crew, and I think everybody's been noticing the effort that I've been putting in for the beginners. Right, I got a pro trading course on the Market Cipher. I've got an intermediate course on all of the indicators that I use, but there's no beginner's course. And now the 3 videos have dropped. And yeah, I think it's awesome. And if you are a pro, if you are an intermediate, watch the beginner's course as well, because you can always pick up on something, right? And if you pick up on something, even something you just want to tell me, right? Maybe that's not the best way to teach that to a beginner. Maybe here's something extra. But really, when I create the beginner's content, I learn stuff. I say, hey, there's something I never knew about the bullish engulfing. There's something I never knew about the hammer. And it takes me to the next level. It's pretty crazy. Volatility index. McCall, drop us an image there in the Discord. I have the Discord here. Let's keep that live trading charts section hot. Anybody who has a chart, anybody who has an interesting idea, drop it here into the live trading charts. And look at this. We have some OGs in the community. 200x. Oh my gosh, keep it safe. But nice to see these kinds of percentages. Absolutely awesome. All right, so Bitcoin's been throwing us around. I'll take a look. I'll show you guys my current trades, and then we're going to get straight into some Bitcoin, some market charts, and a couple of altcoins that I have lined up with some setups that I think could be interesting. Yeah, and I want the crew's opinion right here. I'm in longs, I'm in shorts. Honestly, what's the direction here, guys? Am I closing the longs or am I closing the shorts? Which trades, which direction are we going to move into here? All right, are we going to go back up to value area high that we've been kissing multiple times and bouncing on this 1 hour order block that is literally thanks to the Tuffy SMC indicator? I mean, directly, beautifully gave me this order block, and yep, I've been taking my longs from that level on the altcoins. It's been serving me really, really nicely. But one thing we do know about these SMC order blocks is that the liquidity gets eaten up, right? They can only give us bounces so many times. And this does look like it is a dead cat bounce. Everybody knows what a dead cat bounce is, right? We might get a little bit of manipulation just for one more stretch higher to give us a bearish divergence before the move down. But really, it's untold right now. Abdul bearish. Okay, let me bring these comments onto the stage. Should be seeing the comments now. Let's get them nice and big. There we go. All right. Oh, Kangari in the building. Another huge congrats for your birthday yesterday. One of the best scalpers I have ever met. And honestly, one of the best users of AI. Yeah, welcome to the building, Kangari. Lovely to have you. I hope you are feeling happy about being 1 year older, brother. 1 year smarter, 1 year wiser. All right, is everything good on the YouTube? Is everything healthy? Am I loud and clear? Are we all happy? What's the temperature by you guys right now? Super cool to have you, man. Liquidity grab seems likely. Interesting, interesting. All right, so y'all can help me with my trades. That's the power of community, right? Here is the AGLD trade. It was, yeah, a super, super simple entry for me. I do recall this one was on the 4 hour time frame with the sniper RSI strategy. There is a tutorial on this on my channel. It's on the Coin Bureau trading channel, but it is in my crypto trading tutorials playlist. Forgive me if I'm a little slow today, guys. It's hot here, but simples, guys, simples, right? I saw the RSI. I saw the stochastic RSI was up here and overbought. And I said, I'm not going to pull the trigger because we aren't getting the signal on our RSI. I watched the RSI when we got this beautiful shark fin on the RSI. Boom, I entered the trade and it is looking good. I've taken most of the profit off the table, but we are sitting in a 434% on the 25x. And really, I want to close out one of the directions, right? Because I'm in the shorts, I'm in the longs, and I get annoyed. I really, really get annoyed with these. Like when Bitcoin's not making up its mind. Jason just went live. Oh my gosh, same time as me. Yeah, he's been killing it, man. He's been trading $1 million positions and he's been doing so well. And you know what? I learned most of what I know from him. But thank you guys for being in my stream, McCall. You're probably multitasking both. I know you love his streams. And yeah, what an OG and what an inspiration for me. You're not only in trading, but in life, he's such a what do you call it? Such a righteous human being, and he's taught me so much. First gift. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, the AGLD trade has been the best one. It's all been a little bit choppy and a little bit annoying, but this has been is the best one for now. So I have left it open. I've got my stop loss around break even. I've got a little bit left in the trade. And then we've got the BCH, which is the long. And yeah, it was a nice bounce. It's actually a pretty cool entry. Like if we look at the entry, it's a good entry. It's a sniper entry, but I'm really not convinced that Bitcoin's going to keep going up here. So this is one of the trades that I think I do want to close out. Oh, that's the APT. This is the BCH. Not bad, not bad. It was a nice entry. And yeah, this is just following those market cipher on Bitcoin, right? Market cipher gives you a nice signal on Bitcoin. Just go enter on an altcoin that's giving you a similar setup. And then we've got a couple of other trades, the XRP on the long, the Atom on the long, but really nothing major, right? It was mostly just this AGLD that gave me a little bit of milking. And honestly, it's going to go one way, right? We got longs and shorts here. It's going to go one way. I want to close out one of the directions. And what I've done here basically is just like Bitcoin's not giving us a direction. So I've entered into high probability setups, long and short on altcoins so that I'm hedged, right? And you really know that Bitcoin is ranging when your longs and your long and your short setups on altcoins both end up playing out. And it is a nice time to trade alts, but you never really get those massive swings. And I do believe that some of these trades in either direction can turn into swings. So let's try figure it out, guys. Let's try figure it out together. What direction is Bitcoin going in here? And let me know in the chat what you are thinking. I actually want to zoom out a little bit here. How do you find these coins? Yeah, so I've basically described my screening strategy before. And I see that there is a very cool screening strategy happening in the Discord. So I want to actually go through this strategy at some point. BB, I know you've been working a lot with this strategy. JCG, you guys have been working together in the Discord a lot, which is really cool. But I see you have been working on a very interesting screening strategy to find runners. And yeah, it is quite interesting to me. Let me see if I can find some of your conversation here. And BB, I know you put in a lot of effort here to actually note it all down and to try put it into writing. And I believe you are using CVD and open interest, which is really cool. And guys, look at this. Look at the work that's happening in this community on a daily basis in the trading setup group. So if you are trading, come to this group and trade with the crew, right? Because honestly, it's the one thing that will pull you through. All right, so here we go. You have been using Orion. Very, very interesting. And I want to work with you both to try and bring this into a strategy that everyone can use. I mean, look at this, guys. These guys have been working. It's absolutely awesome. But basically, I'm a little bit up to date with the strategy. I don't want to bring it to the community as of yet. I want to trade it a little bit myself first and back test it. But yeah, very nice to be using the CVD, using the open interest, and finding runners, right? And it is a new platform to bring to the crew, but we'll work through it. No stress, guys. If the timing is off, no stress at all. We should really be going live more often, but I am working hard on the courses at the moment, so we're going live less often. All right, so let's just zoom out a little bit here. And actually what I want to do now, I think, which is just really, really good practice, is to clean up a chart, right? Especially if we're starting from scratch as a community like this. It's so nice to start on the monthly time frame and say, you know what, we're just going to actually do the work here. We're going to take all of our analysis away. And we're going to start naked as the day we were born. Oh, there's some beautiful levels below us. There are some beautiful trading zones below us. I've got this sneaky feeling that we're going to get such nice long entries if we can just be patient for those lower zones. I mean, just looking at this monthly now. Super, super interesting. All right, so I'm going to put the crew on their toes today. I'm not going to shout at y'all. Okay, but let me just give you a quick strategy here. Sorry, before we do this monthly, to get back to screening. Simply just, so every time you trade a coin on Bybit, just add it to your favorites. All right, so every time you trade a coin, come to the pairs, and then next to that coin, just click the star symbol, and then go to your favorites whenever you're looking for a coin to trade. All right, the more you trade different coins, you'll get to know, oh, this coin actually works with TA. This coin is manipulated. I don't want to trade that coin anymore. This coin works with my TA style. You know, I like Cardano, I like Sol, I like XRP, I like the large caps because they work with my trading style, right? Aave. If you go to my favorites, you'll see the coins that I like to trade, right? Theta, Avalanche, Atom. Some of the smaller ones, but mostly the big ones. OP, INJ, APT, Gala. And what's so useful about this, let me actually make it a bit bigger. I mean, I've spoken about this before. It's so simple, right? But all you do is you go to Bitcoin on the daily, on the 4-hour, whichever time frame you are trading, and you look for a signal. All right, so say we just want to do some scalping now. We go to the 1-hour time frame, if that's what you want to trade, or the 30-minute or the 15-minute. And then we look here and we see, okay, Market Cypher is giving us a green dot. The VWAP did cross, but the money flow is going down. So it's a little bit like, oh, on this time frame, I don't really want to do anything now because money flow is leaving, but VWAP's crossing up and we're getting a green dot buy signal. So don't really want to do anything there right now. Let's have a look at the 15-minute. And of course, if you're looking at the 15-minute, your trade is going to be, it's going to last a lot shorter. Right? But you look for the last signal that you got on that time frame. And that was a nice 15-minute trigger wave. And potentially that could still be playing out. Money flow still coming in. VWAP has not crossed yet to the downside. Basically, try figure out a little bit of a trend in direction for your current time frame. And when you figure that out, come to your favorites and screen through them. And then it's quite simple, right? If you're seeing a trend that's kicking off into the long, then screen for the 24-hour percentage dumpers. And then go through these 24-hour percentage dumpers and try and look for setups on the coins that are oversold, right? Because they're more likely to give you a higher ROI coming into a long trade. And if you see a short position popping off, right, it's always better to find a trend that's popping off instead of hopping onto a trend. But even if you're hopping onto a trend, look at the pumpers over the last 24 hours, right? Even ETH, BNB. And then go short those coins because they have more potential to the downside. All right, this is just part of my strategy. And of course, don't just go short a pumper because it's pumping and you get a short signal on Bitcoin. Look for the pumpers and within them, try and find short setups. So I hope everybody's with me on that. It's super, super useful. All right, looks like we're getting a little bit of a pump here on the 15-minute. Bitcoin's not given up just yet. But yeah, I am hedged long and short on those altcoins. So let's try figure it out. Dropping 4 to 5K? Oh, dropping 4 or 5K. I hope so, man. Really, I think there's some beautiful sniper entries. We've got them mapped out. They are gorgeous. And I really hope we do get that manipulation. We do get that drop. Because, yeah, really, I want to smash those longs. Screening for CVD against open interest. I mean, really, it's such a beautiful strategy. Please go to my trading tutorials playlist and just watch the CVD open interest divergence strategy. It's super big brain. And yeah, it really puts you in a nice whale position. And yeah, I'm so glad you guys are tweaking a strategy there because we can even code a PIONEX bot for that to enter into runners automatically for us, which is pretty cool. Right, loving this. You guys are leading the chat today. This is what I like. Well done, everybody. I'm just too hot, guys. I'm just too hot. All right, the monthly low from Sunday, 1st of March should be visited. Yeah. So that's 65,210. Let's drop it in as a level. And then go to the daily and see what happened. Sunday, 1 March. Interesting. Makes sense, man. There's a lot of nice liquidity down there. I'm going to leave that line in there because we'll see if it comes into confluence with the rest of, you know, all of the different strategies we're going to look at here. But let's just call it the March open, right? March open. All right, Larato, I'm proud of you. I know this is going to seem way too complex, right? I know that these streams for the beginners are very, very difficult because we are speaking about stuff that we've all been doing for years. And my advice to you is just let the information flow over you, trust the process. And really, if you hear me say anything and you're like, what the hell is he talking about? Just throw it into ChatGPT, throw it into Google, note it down on your notepad for later as something that you can do research on or learn about. And if there's an indicator that I'm using, I've made a strategy tutorial about it. All right. So if you pick up on something that I say and you realize, oh, I don't know what the relative strength is, I don't know what the RSI is, just note it down and go and watch those strategy tutorials. And one by one, you'll get into it. INJ, yeah, INJ, like, it was so beautiful for so long, and then it did me dirty, and I kind of left it behind. But yeah, I'm also into it. Catching low caps, interesting. Yeah, the low caps at the moment are obviously giving crazy swing trades, and a lot of liquidity leaving them. And yeah, I've got my eye on Sui and ICP for some nice setups. I don't know if you guys have been seeing what's happening there. I know they're pretty large caps, but really I try not to trade the low caps because I don't want my community to get wrecked, right? And when I go trade the low caps, I see the community coming in and starting to trade the low caps, and it's wreckage, guys, when you start trading the low caps. We're not all pro scalpers like Kangari. Maximum low cap coins are pumping harder. Awesome. All right. We may pump to 74 to grab liquidity and afterwards drop. Yeah, it's like if we pump up to 70 for the liquidity grab, we might as well put in a higher high there and give ourselves the bearish divergence. Because if you look at how high momentum is on the 4-hour here at that high and how low we are now, if we get a pump up there, there could be a possibility that our momentum gives us a lower high here, and that could be a beautiful 4-hour or even 1-day bearish divergence. No stress, Mr. BB. No stress. Happy B-Day to the mom. All good, brother. You are so active in the Discord. I appreciate you so, so much. Let me know how that paper trading's going on the Bybit account. Super cool to have you on Bybit. Love it. All right, awesome to hear. Pixel USDT. Up or down move. All right, let me add it to the list of alts. I've got a couple of alts on the list here today. And yeah, we always do Bitcoin for too long. So we'll get to some alts today, guys. Faux show, faux show. I smashed the granny. Smashed the granny out that short yesterday. 20% in 30 seconds. That's what happens with those low caps, right? As long as you're on the right side of the trend, you're good. Cheers, buddy. Have a good one. Have a good one. Thank you for joining. Much love and respect to BB. All right, another bit to piece up the puzzle. RSI of stables about to hit a bottom. Like literally just the stables, or Do you mean like stable dominance, USDT dominance? Before going higher, if anything doesn't break before it bottoms, may give us lower high when it bottoms. Are you talking about USDT dominance, Mr. Hatcher? USDT dominance. Because the RSIs on the stables should be pretty stable, right? Hopefully, if they're not decoupling. All right, big happy birthdays to the one that did birth. The BP, the legend. Okay, so we're going to do due diligence here. Might be a little bit boring for some of you, but really this is how it's done, guys. Okay, so monthly time frame. Let's go candle reading. Crew, what are you seeing here on the monthly time frame? I want to breed candle readers, right? Because the first thing you should be doing on the charts is candle reading. If we look back on the charts, every single move has been preceded by candle reading price action techniques. And if you're not doing it, if you're not reading the candles, you're literally just blind to the language of the charts. All right, there's 19 days left in this little green candle. And I want to hear from the crew. I know you guys know this candle pattern formation, right? We've traded this a lot. Let's go, let's go. All right, stablecoin dominance, awesome. We'll have a look. I actually have been looking at a chart on that. BTC will grab 69.7 and 69 liquidity downside, then upside. All right, so that's more daily time frame. 1 hour time frame analysis. We'll look at it. Oh, there we go. Someone knows what's up. Beautiful stuff. So it is the Harami candle, guys. I haven't made a tutorial on this, but this is the Harami candle. And yeah, never trust a candle until it closes. But at this point, with 20 days left, this is looking super, super juicy. Super juicy. And if it closes like this, it's looking good, right? This is the death of the previous trend, the death of the mother, and the birth into the new trend. That's how life works, the circle of life. And if this does print, yes, it's monthly time frame. We could even get some candles coming below that candle entry, but really this does often precede a very nice trend reversal. And yeah, lots of us are looking for this support and resistance flip to be tested. And I love the Harami candle pattern. It really is such a nice pattern, and to see it on the monthly like this is, in my opinion, something, yeah, that really should be taken note of, right? When you see this candle, it's a nice sign. And yeah, there's a lot of big analysis here that's kind of, it's pretty confusing at the moment, guys. Like, is this a bottom that we're in? Is this actually just a bear flag continuation, or is this a bounce within a market structure? But yeah, here's one that we can see, and there was the manipulation, and there's the move higher. There's loads of them on the weekly time frame. And yeah, it's actually a really nice candle pattern to even use for scalping. Once it closes, it's, in my opinion, one of the patterns that people know less, but one of the actually more reliable patterns. All right, so let me just try and get this to a place where everyone's on the same level as me. All right, so if we look at the daily time frame, and I dropped a lot of this analysis in my last Coin Bureau trading video, but I know some of you maybe didn't catch it. But we are getting what looks very clearly like another bear flag, right? And this can happen in a bear market where you get bear flag after bear flag and you just get dump after dump. And yeah, this is actually looking like it has quite a realistic, quite a nice price target. And when you see a bear flag like this, of course, you don't go sell everything, right? Like, you have to wait for the bottom of this channel to break and retest with nice volume. And then very likely this trend will reach its target. And it really is a nice target if we look at the weekly order blocks. There's a beautiful, beautiful order block back there. So we'll just leave that target in for now. And what's super interesting about this, some of you may have caught it, and it's even in the video that's going live tomorrow on Coin Bureau podcast, which I'm super proud of, right? I have a strategy for buying into fear in a risk managed way that I have been using for multiple cycles. And I finally put it into a video, and that video will be going live tomorrow at 6 p.m. Dubai time. 4 p.m. South African time, 2 p.m. UTC, right? Super, super nice strategy, which is actually a longer time frame investment strategy, which I'm very excited about. All right, so if we go here to the 3-day time frame, some of you may have been tracking this cross of the 50 over the 200. All right, so your golden cross or your death cross is your daily 50 over 200 moving averages. But what's really interesting here is how on the 3-day time frame, these moving averages have been giving really nice confluence throughout the cycles. This blue is a little bit difficult to see, right? Let's get a different color there. We'll just make it white. All right, so there we go. The white is your slower moving average, which is your 200, and the orange is your 50, which is your faster moving average. And we can clearly see how this faster moving average is basically acting as support within a bull market. Once that support breaks down, it's actually a bear market confirmation signal that has been quite reliable. And here we actually saw the retest of that slower moving average after dipping onto this 50, onto the 200, the slower moving average. Forgive me again, it's very hot here, guys. But then we got the breakdown below. And now very recently within this consolidation zone, we got the cross of these two moving averages. And this is a sign for me that this zone might be a bear flag. Because if we go back in time, this does not have to rhyme. But look at me, I'm rhyming. But if we can take history as any kind of a prediction for the future, we're seeing something that's just crazy, crazy similar to what we're seeing now. Right? We see this kind of bear flag scenario happening here, like the previous one that we saw. And then we do see what happened, bounce, bounce, fall below. And then we see the cross of the 50 over the 200 to the downside. And we also see a bear flag. Right, consolidation, bear flag, we see the cross, and this bear flag broke to the downside and reached its target very, very nicely. I mean, it's perfection, right? It's perfection, the way it reached its target. And at that target, that was the actual whale crypto winter accumulation zone where the whales really fattened their bags and then got super, super rich in the bull market. Richer, right? The whales know how to do this kind of stuff. They know how to buy the fear, and they know how to sell the greed. And this is the interesting thing, because right now we are sitting in extreme greed, but this is something that's telling me that we can go lower. And everybody watch that video tomorrow, because I'm going to teach the strategy of how to buy the fear in the risk managed way. And I want everybody to do it, right? It's a very long, slow strategy, and it is a whale strategy. It's a Warren Buffett strategy. And I just think it's so important for us all to be investors and not just traders, right? Because if you're a trader, yes, it's awesome because you can milk the market during consolidation periods. You don't have to care if it's a bear market or a bull market. It only matters, whether you're biased to your longs or your shorts. But if you can be an investor, it means that you can make money in those two different ways. You can be a trader and you can be an investor. And very often as a trader, you will have a time where you're doing badly, right? You'll have a bad month. You can even have a bad year. And if you're practicing great investment strategies, you can have a bad month as a trader, but you can still have a great year or 3 years or cycle as an investor. I hope everybody's with me. All right, so there we go. Simple as pie. This 3-day cross signaled the break down out of that bear flag, reached its target. That was our beautiful accumulation zone. And if we look at something similar happening now, it means it would actually line up so nicely with so many other levels of confluence. All right, so let's first map out that target of that bear flag as a level. And just so crazy. I mean, look at the bottom of that wick as well. Liquidity wants to be swept up. There's so much confluence there. And we're going to try create a zone, for the bear market for the winter. And I'm actually going to set some buys down there and some limit orders for some low leverage longs. But what I want to do now is basically just measure on the weekly time frame. Super simple. I'm going to take out these moving averages for now. And yeah, we've done this before, but it's super, super useful. So our last bear market was from the top right down to the bottom, 78%. If we take 78% from our top, it's not going to be exact, guys, but it's something, right? That's going to help us. Something that's going to help us. There we go. 78% brings us down to this 27K level. And when I look at that, I think, okay, that's kind of how low our bear market can go. I know it's extreme. But then what it's showing us here is a beautiful range to accumulate, right, into the next bull market. So I hope everyone's with me on this. How's everybody doing? All right, we're going to look at the stable dominance. All the major alts are on oversold, 100%, right? 100%. So it's about how do we buy this fear in a way that we can make sure that we're getting our average buys as low as possible. I don't think it's over yet, guys. Of course, it doesn't make sense now to go buy those alts, right? If we could still be going, I mean, it's crazy. If we look at their percentages, we could still go down another 50% on Bitcoin from here. Bullish Harami, you got it. Nice one, man. If you go to the weekly, we're on the same path as the previous cycle. 100%, right? 100%. That's also what I'm on to here. Alts will turn negative. That's what it's seeming like. It's like, how can they go lower without going to zero? It's crazy. Harami, right? If you get a candle pattern that sounds like an anime character, you better know I'm into that pattern. All right, not a bottom in my opinion. Sellers are exhausted. Bulls might show up for a while this month. So just a temporary low in a downward sloping market structure, which also makes sense to me, right? If it's a low, we could come up to test this as market structure, maybe even do a little bit of a minor uptrend, but then really a lower high below all-time high to give us this downward sloping market structure. Pretty gnarly. The other crazy option here on the larger time frames, and this is really crazy, but honestly, it would not surprise me if this happens, right? Because Bitcoin is crazy. But what if we print a triple divergence here on the monthly? It's not likely, but we've printed the double divergence already, and it's like, why shouldn't crypto be that crazy, right? Our momentum is super low now. If we come up to create another lower high in momentum and come up to actually make a higher high again in price, there will be a mammoth short opportunity, right? Triple bullish divergence on the monthly time frame. So there's still quite a bit of time for this to play out, but it is something that I think we should all keep in mind. And let's be honest, no one really knows what's going to happen here. Bottom at 42K. So really, for me, the 42K level looks to me like a good, like a start of the bottom range, right? And there are lots of reasons for this. Yeah, the 3-day death cross, we just can't ignore how strong it's been. Yeah, throughout previous cycles, right? Oh, we got a Discord post. Is it in the live charts? In the trading setups, nice. Interesting. We do have a green dot there on the weekly. Weekly doji on both of them. Yeah. How crazy is that weekly doji? Because it just makes no sense. It just makes no sense to get a gravestone doji at support. I love that you picked up on that. And actually right now it's just acting as an inverted hammer. I know the body is a bit small for what we would want to see for an inverted hammer, But Aldo, I love that you're candle reading, man. It's awesome. But really how this is acting now is an inverted hammer at support into the new trend. It's not a gravestone doji, right? Because a gravestone doji has to be at resistance with the body there and then the big wick to the upside. So yeah, it's confusing. It looks like a gravestone. It doesn't look like the inverted hammer because of the small body, but that is how it's playing out. And what's interesting here is that this wick will be tested, guys. This wick up at 74K. Take me to the grave on this one. That liquidity will be tested. This is a 1 week wick of 12%. That is a 12% 1 week wick. We will see a move up to 74K. Come rain or shine, that's what happens, right? If we get a move this quick up to a level, there's so much liquidity that's confused waiting at this level that we will get candles that will eventually range up to that level to pick up that liquidity. We might see a downside move first. But yeah, no, that's going to get tapped. All right, I'm loving the input here. Wait, let's have a look at your other Discord drops there. Nice. Interesting. So this was previous cycle. Whoa. Dang, history repeating itself. Interesting, man. Because actually that liquidity didn't get swept for quite some time, right? It got left behind. Super, super interesting. Wow. Complex pattern here. Let's go. Nice, Aldo. All right, Aldo's setting the example, guys. If you want something for us to go through, if you've got any interesting ideas, drop them there in the live trading charts. BTC weekly RSI 29 to 9. Watch momentum plus price. All right, so the weekly RSI is something that I have been looking at, and it's so interesting because it is a buy the dip signal, right? It is a good bullish signal that the weekly RSI is so low. But we have to look for the sign of the RSI actually coming right, because it can go further and it can change history. It can go deeper than it's ever gone before, and it can spend a long time in oversold while Bitcoin trends downward. Same trend line on the price chart. Momentum leading price bullish. I love that you're looking at the weekly RSI. All right, so have a look at this. I also do some pretty in-depth analysis on it in my video that I'm dropping tomorrow. But if we look at RSI, it is super bullish that it is so low, because the last time we were at the levels that we just visited was literally the bottom of the previous bear market, or just before our manipulation move and the bullish divergence. So really, this could be something that's going to happen now. All right, I don't think that we are this low already in our bear market. I'm trying not to be the moon boy, but it could work out like this, that we just get another 20% down in price, but our momentum keeps going up here, and then we get this gigantic weekly bullish divergence. So let's have a look. If we go from this general level that we're at down another 20%, yeah, 56. It'd be a nice retest of this support here. I think we can go lower, but basically the argument is that if momentum comes in here and we go lower here, then we get a nice bullish divergence. We get a nice bottom on the bear market, and yeah, we can all be happy. But just keep in mind that this, just because that's what happened last time, doesn't mean it has to happen again. And we could go much lower here on the RSI. Right, what's interesting here is that our RSI did bottom out now higher than the last time at 26.8, and the last one was at 25.8, only slightly. But it doesn't mean we're out of the woods here, and our RSI on the weekly could come lower. And something that I am using in this regard to know when to buy this dip, when to deploy the buy the dip capital, is to look at the stochastic RSI on the monthly time frame. Super, super powerful. All right, we can see that it's just entered into the oversold. But if we look at previous bear markets, it spends a decent amount of time in that oversold before it very clearly breaks out. And let me make this nice and big. All right, this is not the bottom. This is still devastating dumpage. This is the bottom here. So we could still get here devastating dumpage for quite some time and then get our bottom, and we need to look for that trend there. Because if you compare this to the charts, let me just bring this nice and high up here. You know, have a look at kind of where we're at now. Our first cross of the slow moving average within the oversold region. The last time was all the way up here, right? Then came the second half of the bear market, and only once it crossed its slow moving average on this monthly, that was the push up. So yeah, this is another, for me, bit of confluence that it ain't over yet, guys. We're gonna get some devastating, I mean, sheesh. Like, I hope it's not 63%, right? But that was our lower level, around 50% down still. Let's have a look. Crazy. From current price. It's possible, right? It's not impossible that we go to 26K from here in a bear market accumulation. All right, something like this. And then we come back up. If we zoom out and look at the chart, it looks realistic to me. But yeah, honestly, I'm not going to try predict this, guys. There's a lot of signs pointing to this, but really there's no predicting this Bitcoin market right now, right? The bullish liquidity injections could come in from all of the institutional, ETF, political stuff happening in the US. World War III could kick off, in which case this scenario is much more likely. Yeah, it's brutal, but if you think about it as an opportunity, then it becomes really juicy because it becomes the biggest opportunity of the next possibly 3 to 7 years. All right, if you catch this, you might never see those levels again. Nice. Yeah, how can alts go any lower, hey? 87 in the first bear market. So why not? Why not? TA on Pixel. Okay, I've got it noted down. We'll do it, Mr. Wish. CME gap at 9. Oh, damn. And I am setting my limit orders all the way down sub 10K, right? Interesting. Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look where we can see this. CME gap at 9K. There's a nice big gap above us. But let's find this. Oh, there. Looks like it was tapped. Yeah, I mean, this one didn't get filled. It got tapped, but it didn't get filled. It's crazy, man. And then this one also didn't get filled. There is a CME gap here. Nah, not really. We'd have to go to the 4 hour to find that one. And I lost the chart. But that's why the ladder limit entry strategy is so important. Anyway, we won't go all the way back there now. All good. But yeah, there's a little bit of an imbalance down there. It could be, you know, just part of that little percentile of CME gaps that never get filled. Like, CME gaps don't get filled 100% of the time. It's like 90% of the time. So yeah, we don't have to go that low because there's a CME gap there. But crazy interesting, man. All right, so I think we're actually going to move on to alts a little bit today, right? Because I always say we'll do alts and we never spend enough time on alts. Same thing happened previous cycle. Yeah, this cycle is scarily like what happened in the previous cycle. It's actually like eerie. It's uncanny, right? It's freaky. Oh, wait. I missed something from Boftrix. I saw it and I was going to look at it. Oh, here. Oh, no, we did look at it. Boftrix, which date are you referring to on this post? Is it a post in the Discord? All right, join the Discord, guys. If you're new, it's a vibe. It is in... The link is in the description, but sometimes they're a bit iffy, so let me just quickly create another one. All right, there we go. Here's the link to the Discord. It is heating up like crazy up in here. The pyramid I placed in this one. Oh, no, wait, in this one. It's how you start buying smaller bids on the tip. Ah, I got you. Okay, so it's basically just like what I call a nibble entry. Yeah, you buy more as it goes lower down. Got you, man. Got you. All right, I was wondering what is going on with this triangle. Like, is this a pattern that I've never heard of? I was like, pyramid pattern. Love it, man. Awesome. Realistic, crazy. 100%, guys. No one can predict this. And I get so cringed out when I see a YouTuber saying, this will go to this price. What? It's so annoying because no one knows, guys. And let's do a prediction, right? I've got a whole bunch of devices. Yeah, I might give away a ledger. I might give away a tablet or a smartphone or something like that. But let's do a prediction, right? Because predictions are for fun, let's be honest. And what they can really do if you do them for fun is they can help you to test yourself and your TA, right? So I'll think about which device. I want to give away all the devices at some point that I have because they're just sitting in boxes. I bought them for the community. But I think a prediction is a cool way to go about it, right? Cool way to go about it. All right, 31 to 38, my absolute bottom. I really don't think we'll go lower. It's too much in my opinion. So that's the thing. You got to use maths, right? And at the end of the day, you can do all the maths you want. And really, it's up to what's going to happen with the whales, what they decide, what Trump does with this world war. Yeah. And then the TA actually comes secondary, I think, in these market cycles. Going to be a bloody year, but the biggest opportunity for millennials and probably the last two. I really do agree with you, Abdul, 100%. I think the majority of this year, maybe even through the end of the year, is going to be blood. Going to be mad blood. And then, yeah, we're going to have a nice bull market for the next 3 years. And I'm fine with that, right? 1 year of blood is fine for 3 years of bull, 100%. This is insane. Oh, game, cool. Let's go. I think we're currently stuck in the volume profile. And until we come out of it in either direction, we'll just keep ranging. So volume profile, are you talking about the smaller range on the daily? Because, yeah, very much stuck. Very much stuck. If this plays out, see me gap at 9K. All right, I'm glad you're learning, Lorata. I know this is a lot. I stuck it in the Discord. Okay, great. Thank you. Oh, is it the same one twice? Okay, no worries. I got you, bro. I got you. All right, this is what I mean. The trend line RSI momentum ahead of price. Interesting. All right, I think I got you, man. I think I got you. I didn't know what you meant, but that really does help. And I love using trend lines on the RSI. People think that trend lines don't work on oscillators. They 100% do. They 100% do, right? I don't know where exactly I would put this trend line. I think there's definitely a very clear line here. Maybe even a channel, right? Is this just a channel with a nice median? Parallel channel on weekly RSI. Pretty crazy. Well, let's have a look at your trend line. Oh, just from the previous bear. Yeah, it's like a sniper line. We call it the sniper line. Yeah, we're going to have to wait to see if this comes in as a high. It's not looking as exact on my chart. Oh, I see. It is the same. But not enough touch points yet to trust it, right? Not enough touch points yet to trust it. I'm more into the way this channel looks. And then what you can do with channels when they are this massive, and watch the parallel channels tutorial, but you can throw in a channel as like quarters, all right? Super, super useful. And at the top as well. Big dreams. Do I see you in the chat, bro? Welcome, welcome. I will sell everything I have if it goes to 9K. You mean you'll sell your possessions to buy Bitcoin? Yeah, it's an interesting one. All right, it's a risky asset at any time, but really, I'm very excited about the video tomorrow, guys. It's the strategy to use for this bear market, and just let me know what you think in the description of that video. I'll share it tomorrow. But yeah, can everybody see how nice these trend lines are? I'm going to actually put a strong line here in at the median, so you can see how relevant it is. And you can actually just leave that in on your weekly RSI. And we can see we've got a little bit of room now to run, and then it looks like we might get a rejection either back down to the bottom, or we'll break through and go back up to the median. Then with a rejection to the median or to the bottom. Yeah, very, very nice lines to put into your charts. Can you see all of the confluence at these levels? Super cool. Waiting till November, I believe. From there, we'll see some liquidity. It sounds perfect to me, man. It sounds perfect. And what's driving my analysis in terms of time frame there is the 3-year cycle. So 3 years up, 1 year down, right? The 4-year cycle. So if we look at bear market bottom to bull market top, we got 3 years. Then we look at bull market top to bear market bottom, we had 1 year. Pretty much exactly 1 year. 10 days more than 1 year. And regardless of how low we go, if we just look at time frame from the top to the bottom, it's looking like October, right? Mid-October. And this is how I would do my prediction for the competition. Right? You take at the time that you think will be the bottom. So we need to decide when is the prediction for, right? And when we decide what date is the prediction for, you then put a vertical line at that date. And then you do your TA on your scenarios and you see which one is the most likely, and you try to get a horizontal cross of that line at that date. Maybe what we'll do in the community is a prediction for the bear market bottom. And we'll only know in like a year and a half, but that could be a pretty OG, like maybe I should even give a trophy, right? We give a trophy for the person who calls the price closest to the bear market bottom. Yeah, Iran are going to run out of drones and missiles at some point, because they're just throwing drones and missiles at so many countries every day, and I just don't see how they can keep it up for much longer. I really don't see this fighting lasting for much longer, but yeah, we really don't know, man. It sucks. I was supposed to go to Dubai next month, and now I don't know if I want to put myself in that position, y'all. Exactly. DCA, ladder limit entries, and buying the dip in the smart way, right? The video is coming out tomorrow, guys. I'm super proud of it because it's really one of my favorite strategies in the world. I will put all my eggs in one basket and go all in on Bitcoin. What's so interesting is, yeah, if you catch the bottom on Bitcoin, whew, the alts will actually give you much higher ROIs if there is actually an altcoin bottom. But yeah, I've already got the buy set, guys, down to $3,000 on Bitcoin. Buy 1,000 Bitcoin at 9,000. Bitcoin at 9,000. So $9,000, yeah. But we just don't know if it's 9,000, right? And if it's at 9,000, you don't know if it'll go lower. So that's why you have to use ladder limit entries, where your buys get slowly bigger and bigger and bigger, and your limit entries are at round mental levels. But anyway, this is all in the video tomorrow. And you repeat what you said about the prediction. Yeah, so no stress. I'm going to think of a prediction competition for this community. And maybe we'll do like 3 different predictions that you'll have to submit. I'll make a Google form and you can submit the 3 different predictions, and there'll be 3 different prizes. But there'll be something like predict the price of Bitcoin on this date. All right, predict the price of Ethereum on this date. Let me know if you have ideas for a prediction contest as well. But as I say, there's a bunch of devices that I've bought for giveaways for this community, and they're just sitting. And y'all could be trading on them. And yeah, it looks like I might be getting a cool deal from Ledger to get this crew some discounted ledgers to keep your Bitcoin safe. So let me know if you'd be into that. And yeah, let's move on to alts, guys. Just a quick reminder about the PIONEX campaign that is going. Hey, Breakthrough in the building. Welcome, welcome. Lovely to see you, man. South Africa showing up. What's up? So really cool. I have managed to negotiate with them that they're actually going to reset the deposit bonus one more time. Right? So even if you have received a deposit bonus, you are going to be able to get another deposit bonus without having to sign up another account or anything like that, which is pretty cool. So I will get back to you on when exactly the deposit bonus is going to be reset. If you haven't signed up yet, the timer has been reset. All you need to do is sign up and do your KYC too, and you get $50 to create your own bots or to follow my bots, and any profit you make on that is withdrawable. It's pretty cool. And I will be making some more videos on how to create each different kind of bot, and you can also then copy my bots. I've only got one bot at the moment that I've created for copying because I'm being very thorough about it. I don't want to wreck the crew. I want to make sure we are making money, and I also am backtesting. So yeah, just so everybody's clear here, you have to use this link, right? You have to use the link in the description. We have moved some across who have just signed up from the site, but it's a mission, right? Much better you use the link in the description, do your KYC, get the 50, and then deposit whatever you can. And you don't have to use these funds that you deposit, guys, until you're absolutely ready. But you want to get as much free capital as you can to copy the bots that we're creating as a community and to copy the market cipher signal bot that I am busy working on. Super cool. And you know, there's no better way to backtest trading bots or to paper trade or anything than to use free capital given to you by an exchange. It's super, super cool. I need a PIONEX bot before 19 March. Okay, doable. So currently the PIONEX bot, I know it's a little bit high of minimum margin, right? Because it has such a wide range. But it's the bot that they recommend that I create now because it will be super profitable moving through into the next bull run. And it's very long term. It's very wide range. And I would recommend copying it if you can, guys, because it's one that's lower risk. Right? It's lower risk. I'll show you the bot now, and the video is on my channel. Are you able to do KYC? Jiam, I thought you had trouble doing KYC. But I hope that it's coming right, and I hope you make sure to use that link. recap about the device. No, we'll be giving away some devices like some hard wallets and some tablets and Web3 phones, like this BioFi Web3 phone. Pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, requirements for KYC2 are basically like KYC anywhere else, right? So PIONEX KYC1 is just your name and your country. But KYC2 is basically like a document, like your KYC1 would be on a centralized exchange. I'm working on it. We are working on a market cipher bot. It's complicated, but yeah. That's really the pinnacle of where this is all going, guys. It's where it's all going. So all you have to do is be active in the community, right? You will see. And yeah, it's way overdue. I think I said I would give away devices when we got to 4,000 on my YouTube. We're now almost at 9,000. So yeah, I've been accumulating devices to give away. And technology moves so fast. I have to get these devices to you guys before they become useless. They are good though. They are strong devices. KYC2 done. Okay, awesome. So tomorrow you should receive your $50 and try make a deposit. And what's so awesome here is you can deposit the money and not use it, guys. You can deposit $500, get $300, and then just use the $300 for the bots and make a profit. Anyway, so I don't want to spend too long on this because I am creating some more tutorials. But this is the first bot that I have created, and it's doing its thing. It's a long-term bot that I'm hoping to have open for years, but it's doing its thing, guys. And I started slow, right? So this is a 2x bot, which has no liquidation price. And currently on the trend, we're like $60 up. All right, so far, 500 has been invested into the bot, and the total amount I put aside for it was 1,000. So there is an extra margin right now of 489. And you can see no liquidation. And the copy link is in the description for this. So if you deposit, I tried to make it so that if you did your KYC2 and you got the 50 and then you deposited $500 and you got the 300, you would get 350. I tried to keep it under 350. You should be able to copy this bot with 350. Right? And try to get this round of the deposit bonus quickly because they're going to reset the deposit bonus and you're going to be able to do another round of deposits. Right? And I don't know when that's going to happen. But yeah, you might even choose, right? This is for the more risk managed of you. Copy this bot if you want a long-term bot that's going to slowly accumulate capital for you and also accumulate capital on the amount of Bitcoin. It's going to buy all the way down to the bottom for us. And it's also scalping in the range. And then eventually it will make a nice profit. But you can see the scalping is going slowly. Right? So it's been open for already 10 days. And it's only scalped $2 in the ranges. All right, but you can see the trend P&L is also there. So this is a dual bot that works between these two. And this capital is the capital that's going to be deployed all the way down to 22,500. There are buys set for this bot to buy. How cool is that? Deposit done. Let's go, Giom. Awesome stuff. So Giom, just send me your UID in the PIONEX Discord community. Right? If you go to the Discord community, you will see the PIONEX group, and everybody who signs up, does KYC, does a deposit, even if you just sign up, send me your UID here so that I can check that you are under me and you will be getting all of the benefits, because the benefits are not going to stop coming, right? We're going to do competitions. There's going to be more campaigns, etc. So send it to me so I can make sure, because yeah, some have turned out to not be under me and you might have not used the link by mistake or something. Nice, nice, nice. Yes, the bot can trade meme coins, guys, of course. Of course. But we're taking it slow, right? I'm learning to use these bots. I've been trading grid bots for years on Bybit. But PIONEX was suggested to me by some of my favorite YouTubers like Satoshi Stacker and Bitcoin Hyper, who've been using it for years and who have made a lot of money on it for themselves and for their communities. And it just has a few capabilities that Bybit doesn't. Yeah, so we're exploring it, right? Jovi Capital just got here. You know what Jordan thinks Bitcoin's next move is, up or down? Is the prediction off for beginners? Predictions for anyone, guys. You can even just guess it and get lucky, right? All right, so I want to move on to altcoins, but let me quickly answer this, right? Bitcoin next move. Bitcoin next move, up or down? Jovi Capital, are you new to the community? I also want to know Bitcoin next move, up or down, right? Because I want to close out one of the directions here on these trades. And really, Bitcoin is just doing one of these ugly up and down things where it just doesn't give us any real direction. All right, so let's do it. Fixed range volume profile on the daily time frame. Very, very easy. We can see a nice tap of the value area high there, but we are ranging up higher. And I mean, this could be this kind of thing like that. Or what could happen here is we could actually move for that 74K liquidity grab and even maybe this bearish divergence because momentum is coming so much lower down. But really what needs to happen here, Jovi, let me know, what is your time frame? Just found out about your YouTube. Nice. Where did you hear about me? Awesome to hear, man. Hope you have subscribed. And huge welcome, bro. Huge welcome from me and the community. Always nice to meet a new fellow trader and welcome you to the team. And yeah, let me know what time frame you're trading here because it's very important, right? Like on the weekly, I would say we're coming down to the POC. We're coming down to the value area low, and that's really where the juiciest levels are, right? We got 1 hour order blocks that we're scouting for very, very nice trades. So let me actually quickly go through that. I'll give you guys the levels to look out for here. And basically the first thing I do here, and what makes it a lot quicker, like I've practiced SMC, right? I know how to do SMC on my own, and a lot of it is thanks to the Tuffy SMC indicator that's taught me how to be such an OG SMC guy. It's crazy. I was so confused with SMC before this indicator, and there is a video on my channel, so check it out. But actually, we should start on the weekly, and you can analyze the smart money concept order blocks on your own. And what I like to do is analyze where are the order blocks and then bring up the indicator, right? And see where am I in confluence with the indicator. But since I want to get onto alts here, let's just pop it up. And yeah, we clearly see the beautiful sniper entry. We're all very aware of how nice this bullish OB was and how important these weekly OBs are when you see how nice the sniper entries are. But if we're looking at weekly order blocks, we've got this massive range here. And this is going to happen, guys. I keep calling, right, for this kind of a level to be tested. And when you see weekly order blocks like this, I do think that this weekly order block up at 90 to 98 is going to be a very, very nice swing trade. Solana. Should we do some Solana TA just now? Let me note it down. Let's go. Community spirit. Lorato, I love it. Subscribed and YouTube's algorithm 15-minute to 1 hour. Oh, the algorithm brought me to you. Beautiful, man. Please watch my crypto trading tutorials playlist. It will help you. It's helped so many of my close friends who have been losing money for many years. I put it all there, guys. I put all of my mistakes I've made for the last 10 years into one playlist. 15-minute to 1 hour. Whoa, you're on options. Beautiful, man. So the options video that I'm currently working on is an absolute masterpiece. It's taking me very long because options is complicated and I want to bring it to you guys in as simple way as I can. But I am working on a beautiful options tutorial that I hopefully will drop. I think it's going to be next Tuesday, right? So the 24th. Next Tuesday, the 24th will be the options tutorial. And then I am also starting up an options weekly stream in the Bybit communities, which is going to be so awesome because I love options, right? It's actually the smarter way to trade. It's how institutions trade. It's the more risk managed way to trade, but it's extremely complicated. I've been learning it for years now, like 3-4 years, and I think I'm finally ready to teach it. Which exchange? Which exchange? For what? For what? And the DEX option is almost ready, guys. I'm going to be able to bring it to you soon for those of you who aren't able to trade on Bybit. If you are desperate to trade on Bybit, I did make a plan for BB. It seems to be working out. Let me know. I can try and make a plan for you. But we are working on a DEX option. It's my favorite DEX. It's actually incubated by Bybit. It has the exact same UI as Bybit. It has amazing liquidity. I've traded on it in esports, trading competitions. And yeah, we're going to get free capital for the community. It's all happening. It's just taking long because there's a little bit of like legal contracts involved and whatnot. But soon, anybody in those restricted regions for Bybit are going to be able to trade on this DEX. Open short, but you have to play stop loss just above 74. Yo, it's not an interesting idea, but it's not personally what I would do. Right? It's not personally what I would do. Tuffy is the OG. All right, so let's go through these order blocks. And basically, Jovi, you'll get an idea into my strategy here. And I'm going to go quite quickly through this because I want to do alts, guys. I only wanted to do an hour stream. I'm literally sweating. You can see me sweating right now. But y'all got me in the mood. In the mood, right? So this is what I do when I want to do rapid fire. Usually, what I would do is I would find these order blocks on my own, right? But what I do now is I literally just go to this weekly time frame. I draw them in. If I don't want to get confused, I just add the text. And I just say weekly bullish OB. And I'll drop this chart into the Discord after this for everyone. But you have to make sure to include the time frame in the OBs when you're charting them so that when you come up to that level, you know, okay, this is a weekly trade. All right, so then what we do is, I mean, that's beautiful, right? That's just so nice. And just remember that this weekly OB comes all the way from back here. So it's already been tapped once, which should give you some insight into the fact that it might not give us such a big bounce again, but it's still a nice weekly level, especially if you say, okay, since we bounced from the top already once, I'm going to be more interested in bouncing from the bottom. That looks juicy. That looks so juicy to me. And you're going to see some of the other OBs that are in confluence there. Yo, man, I haven't sweated like this in a while. It's like over 30 degrees at 7:30 p.m. Hey, McCall, bro, if you're loving it with your OG styles, huge compliment. Thank you, brother. Okay, so then we go to the daily. These are the time frames that I like to mix and match. This is also a matter of preference. I like weekly, daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, and 15 minute. I know Jay loves the 24 and the 12, but this is just how I grew up trading. Okay, so now we see a beautiful overlap happening here on this daily time frame, and then also some really nice higher levels that you can map out. I don't think they're super necessary right now, but these, every single one of these levels are likely to be absolutely beautiful trades. And I actually forgot, but guys, if you want this indicator now, there is a discount, right? So go to the video on my channel and then message Tuffy, and there is a discount for my community. And he's actually tweaked it a bit. He's added some extra stuff to it. I need to actually update it. Update available. Let's go. All right, so here we see an overlap, which is nice. Confluence is what we want, right? We see a nice bearish OB at the top of the weekly OB. So we just draw it in and we add the text. Daily bearish OB. Where's my text? Oh, there it is. I don't know if we can change this text color because that is hideous. There we go. And then it starts getting interesting, right? It starts getting interesting. Do you remember what I said about the bottom of that OB? The bottom of that weekly OB. Look at this overlap here. Very nice. And look at these opportunities coming in here. I mean, you can just see. You can just see after trading SMC for a while that that is a nice order block. All right, so this is... Ah, bullish and bearish have the same B, so that doesn't make sense. I'm just going to say daily bullish OP. Hilarious. That's how hot I am. They all have the same abbreviation. That's terrible. Okay, so this is bear. This is bear. What you can do is make your bearish ones red and your bullish ones green. All right, and then this is also a daily bull. And then what you do is you scout for these overlaps, guys. A weekly and a daily overlapping is a wick entry. It's a wick entry, guys. This is going to be a sniper move here. All right, and then always just try to bring these OBs back to where they come from so that you understand their origin. And we can see what's going to happen here. We're starting to paint a picture, right? That we need to come up, guys. We need to come up, and when we do come up, there's going to be a magic swing trade somewhere up here. And this is going to be a gnarly time down here where we decide how low do we go, where are the entries. And it could be something... It's going to get more interesting now when we go into the 1 hours, but we could get something like a bounce from there back up to this value area high, then devastation down to this level, then this move all the way up to the weekly. But that's just one scenario. All right, so now I like to go to the 4 hour. And then we throw up the OG Tuffy indicator. Then we're getting another nice overlap of this 4 hour into the daily. Four-hour bullish OB. Oh, look at that one. That's not bad. So yeah, this is going to be a chart that we're going to have to come back to because these are a lot of nice levels. All right, 4 hour bearish OB. Yeah, and it just shows you how much value this indicator brings. Hey, it's crazy. Because it's like, okay, we can all do this ourselves, but the time that this indicator saves you, how to get access. All right, let me quickly show you. And I know everybody's getting tired. We're going to have to end off soon. Let me quickly show you 1 second. All right, so if you come to my channel, and then you come down here to the Tuffy Pro Trading Indicators. All right, there's a nice easy trend lines indicator. It's super cool. It's super, super cool. Very nice for beginners to teach you about trend lines, but it's this smart money concept indicator. Super amazing, right? Copy link. All right, I'm just going to throw that in the chat. Yeah, there's a discount, which is super cool. Expecting a huge pump to around 82 because we have low volume gap above us. Quick drop down also comes with quick moves up. So you literally took it out of my mouth, man. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the volume on the larger range once we've put in all of these OBs. And yeah, it's also what's getting me bullish to these OBs up here is like the lack of volume, right? The lack of volume above us, which means the lack of resistance above us. And yeah, this has created quite a nice one here. I don't want to make this too complicated, but I think it will be cool to go into the 1 hour OBs as well. I'm going to leave out this 4 hour OB here because it looks like it has already been, you know, we got a bounce right from the middle of that OB. So I'm going to leave that one out and let's go to the 1 hour. There we go. All right, I'm also going to leave this one out because we got a tap from the main one. We got a tap from the overlap. And that's what I've been trading, guys. That's what I've been trading. All right, these were my shorts on the alts and these were my longs. Anyway, let's drop in this 1 hour OB. Okay, now what we're going to look at are our high volume nodes and our high volume zones. So super crazy. I hope this is not going to be too messy, but we're going to go back now to the daily time frame. Nice. All right, I'm going to take out this FRVP. It's super important, but I'm going to take it out for now so this chart doesn't get too confusing. And then what we do is fixed range volume profile on this entire range. And if you are new to the community, that's one of the most important videos on my channel. That's crazy. That overlap is just above the value area low. All right, so what we want to look for now is confluence with high volume nodes and these order blocks. Right, there are order blocks further down, but I'm not going to include those for now because we'll have time. But I'm going to just pop in that high volume node because that level's calling, right? That level is calling. Look at the shape of this volume all the way down to there. 42K, guys. 42.9 is calling. Okay, anyway, we got some nice... I mean, this is so interesting right here. If we just pop that in there, boom. So I'm just going to say larger range, high volume node. All right, so if you see the HVN, just know that that's a high volume node. And yeah, that's looking like an absolutely amazing trade. And then as McCall mentioned, right, there's this, which means that we get these fast moves. We get these really fast moves through this zone. So really it does look like there's a little bit of volume popping out there, not really in confluence with the OBs. Then there's a little bit of volume popping out there, also not really in confluence with OBs. But I'm just going to pop them in. I wouldn't even really call those high volume nodes, right? Because they're just too small. There's like no volume up there, which means that these must be minimal margin trades if you're going to take them, and quick scalps. Because really the likelihood here, just like McCall said, is that we come up to this massive zone, right? From this level to this level is a high volume zone. So I'm just going to put it in here, high volume zone. And then what's interesting about that is it's giving us an overlap right there of the daily bearish OB, the weekly bearish OB, and this high volume zone. Yeah, so I don't really think there's much of a way that I can include this all in one chart to take a screenshot of, but let me quickly try. It's a little bit messy, right? But it's something really nice that we can track. All right, so let me quickly drop this in the Discord. I'm going to try not use abbreviations here because I know there are some newbies. All right, multi-time frame smart money concept order blocks and high volume nodes and zones. There we go. All right, there we go, guys. Okay, so we're already over time. Let's just do one or two alts, right? I wanted to do SUI and ICP because I've got setups there, but you guys have been here the whole time, watching so nice and patiently. 82K. Yeah, that's where the volume starts coming back in. Starts coming in around 82. Only really pops in at 87. But yeah, it should actually include a high volume node there. A high volume zone. High volume node. You are very correct, McCall. Very correct, bro. Drop it again. Well, I've got it there at 84, but our brains are thinking alike. We're going to slice right through those 4-hour bearish OBs up to the volume chunk. It is looking like that, hey. Maybe I should just add a note here for the newbies. Risky. No volume. I do think you could get scalps there. Let me just say risky scalp. Risky scalp. There we go. Drop it for a third time. But yeah, McCall, we gotta look after the crew here. Nice spotting, man. Nice spotting. And we're gonna do pixel. Don't stress, bro. We're gonna do pixel 100%. Okay, it's the last time I'm dropping this, guys. It's finally ready. Good art takes time, right? All right, drop for me your altcoins in the chat. And try drop for me altcoins that have setups. Let's try identify some setups. And Wish is really wanting pixels, so let's do it. Don't understand these, but it's pushing me to get better. Yeah. Now that's how it is, hey, as a beginner. But as long as you can just take it slow and don't waste your money by risking, Just open up a demo account on Bybit, trade demo, build a trading plan, take it very slow for the first year, and just save your money for when you're ready. The mistake that newbies make is that they deploy their capital. They have savings and they're like, I want to use these savings for trading. I'm smart. I've made money in other industries. I'll be a good trader. And that was me, guys. That was me, right? 25K, boom. I liquidated it because I had no community. I wasn't using a stop loss. I was using high leverage. I had no trading plan. I was literally just watching YouTube videos and trading the breakouts of triangle patterns. It was terrible. Oh, so nice to hear. All right, we'll start off with Pixel. I think it's important for us to just do some market charts. We'll at least do total 3 and USDT dominance because I have to teach good habits here. All right, so total 3 is still stuck. We do not know if this is going to break to the upside or the downside. It's a definite squeeze, right? It doesn't look like a bear flag to me, although it could be. It looks like a squeeze. So alts are either going to get destroyed or they're going to have a nice run. So really right now I'm not doing much on alts when it comes to longer time frame swing trades. I'm just waiting, guys. I'm just waiting. It's not as big a squeeze as this, but it's a squeeze. There's a big move coming, and there's pretty much an equal price target to the bigger the downside. 400% profit in Pixel. Should I close or wait for more dump? All right, let's do it, bro. Since you're in an open trade, drop us the TA for your trade into the Discord or drop us a screenshot of your trade. And like, how did you know to long this? Or like, when did you long it? What's your entry? Because this, it looks like whales, right? Whatever's happening here are whales coming in. Are you in a long? Or are you in a short? Or wait for more dump? Okay, you're in a short. Are you from Ahmed XM's crew? Wish Luxury, are you from Ahmed XM's crew? Because this is a typical Ahmed trade. It's lovely, guys. It's lovely. Oh, damn, that is beautiful. So what you do here, right, is you screen all of the altcoins, even the low caps. I know Ahmed Well is a good friend of mine. His strategy is impeccable, right? He makes a lot of money for himself and for thousands of people in his community. And all you do is you screen through the altcoins every day and you see what's moving way more than usual, what's pumping. And when you see pumping, something's pumping like that, you go in and you look for the SMC order blocks. And I mean, look at that, man. That is gorgeous. So Luxury, let us know, yeah, everything, bro. How did you know? What was your strategy? Are you an Ahmed warrior? What's your entry price? And honestly, if you're in 400% profit, I hope you've taken profits already, man. Because like you might, like unrealized profits are always unrealized until you realize them. You know what I'm saying? If you look at my trades, the majority of the trades are already sitting in the realized P&L. And you will always see that, right? The majority of the capital is sitting realized. And then those high ROI runs, you let happen with what you leave in the trade. But yeah, it's super nice. What's your leverage? 400% up. I mean, if you got in from the order block, crazy, man. Sheesh. So there we go. You could be 400% up on a 10x from that bearish order block. Oh, no, not currently. That's the wick. That is the wick. But yeah, if you got in wick to current price, 390% on a 10x. All right, should you close it or wait for more dump? So there's a simple risk managed answer for that, right? And you just take your entry price, you take your stop loss. So tell me what your entry price is and where your stop loss is, and you just map it out, right? You say, okay, where did I put my stop loss originally? Screenshot on Telegram. Telegram or Discord? Oh, dropping it there. Little prediction. Did you drop it in my Telegram? In my DM? Bro, you're a PW. Awesome, man. Okay, so you're not from Ahmed's community. You're from the Bybit OG global community. Awesome, brother. Guys, try, if you're from Telegram communities, try make your Telegram and your YouTube like the same name. Otherwise, it gets so confusing for me, but Quest. I know it's you now, bro. Awesome, man. Okay, short 10x, pixel 500% from 0.0152 was your entry. 0.0152 was your entry. So you hopped on that downtrend. And your current price, where's your stop loss? Please let me know in the chat where your stop loss is. Also took that short trade, nice. Because really, wherever your stop loss was, your first take profit should be taken at a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. And then you can use Fibonacci for your other take profits. Or what I've been actually enjoying is just equal, right? So at 1-to-1, you take your first take profit, and then you just measure down. And you just take multiple take profits at each multiple of your original stop loss. And depending on your risk appetite, you can take your stop loss down to a break even once you've taken your original take profit. Your 1-to-1 take profit. But you should have taken profits at all of those levels and then decide like where is your final take profit. And your final take profit, in my opinion, should be down here at the bullish OB. We have seen this happen, guys. It's crazy. But we have seen this happen where a coin will pump like this up to all the way up to its daily, weekly bearish order block and then make its way all the way down. And that's Elliott wave, right? That's just simple Elliott wave, and it can happen. But what I would do is make sure that you're taking profits literally all the way down. And maybe you're going to take profit all the way to here and then just let the rest run and then set a final limit order there. But my advice to you here would be like, you definitely need to have taken profits already if you're 500% up, right? And then just set intervals, put your stop loss to a break even. So like include your fees in your stop loss, put your stop loss now below your entry. And you can even just use a trailing stop. You can just use a trailing stop on Bybit with a decent percentage and trail the price. There's so many different ways you can do this, man. And honestly, it's all up to whichever whales decided to start this crazy pump are either going to be the ones that continue to take profits all the way down to the bullish order block, or they're going to pump it back up. So there's no real way. If you leave the trade without taking profits, you're gambling, right? So the only way to do this properly is to take risk managed, take profits all along the way. Well, there is now this bearish FVG, so you could get a bit of a retracement up to there, but it does look like it wants to just keep stepping down. Awesome trade, man. Congratulations. It's a lovely trade. You were a little bit late, but you got it, man. You hopped on the trend. You got it. I take it that you found it somewhere here and you were watching it and you're like, this dump is so strong. Maybe you're not even using SMC, but we can clearly see that. I mean, look at that. Whoa! Sniper wick entry on the 4-hour for the SMC traders. McCall, drop us your P&L into the Discord. Got it from the same scenario. Nice. All right, hype. Guys, we're going to end off soon. Gonna end off very soon. I love trading hype. Oh, it broke out. Interesting. Okay. That's super cool. Right, so we could get another nice sweep of this bearish order block. There has been a sniper tap of this order block already on the daily. But yeah, there could be a position there. Let's check what's happening in the volume all the way back here. All right, so we're at POC on the larger range. Awesome, brother. Jovi, I actually want you to send me a DM because I want some options traders that are slightly more experienced to maybe even come on to some of these Bybit streams or feature in some of my videos. And yeah, I'd love to hear about your journey. So please send me a Discord DM or a Telegram DM. If you go into my Trading Academy on Telegram, you can see my Telegram there. You can send me a Telegram DM. But please join the Discord. And yeah, I'm also excited about the options video, guys. It's massive brain. All right, there we go. We're at POC. This looks like POC could reject us because look how, you know, it's massive volume all the way down to this level here. POC is not really a place to take a trade, but of course this is daily. It's a massive range. We'd have to wait all the way to value area high for a short here. So it could be more like a 4-hour trade from that POC back down to that high volume node. And very interesting how the POC and this high volume node are like similar in size. There could be a swift move down from here. But as you can see, there's this bearish order block just above. So really, I would be a little bit patient here and I would wait for a move up. Then I would wait to see the reaction from this bearish order block. And I would use Market Cipher for a nice signal here. And then you can ride it down to this bullish order block. But really, these daily order blocks on hype are looking juicy, guys. Very juicy. Got a high volume zone at this bullish order block. This one, not much volume. But yeah, it's looking like an interesting coin. Just be patient here, guys. Yeah, it's a little bit hard right now to tell you exactly what I think here. But on this 4-hour fixed range volume profile, it's actually looking quite juicy for the short. I'm so glad to hear that, bro. I'm so glad to hear that. Awesome, man. Glad you enjoyed it. I'm a little bit like slow today because I'm overheating. Like my aircon's on full blast on 16 degrees. And it's still like easily 29 degrees in my office here. All right, we're high up in value area high. We've got a nice high volume zone there. Whew, nice move down here to all of the volume. This could be a nice move, right? This is where I would bring out Market Cipher. And really what you're looking for here is a move all the way down to the value area low. Might not come. So you've got to take major profits when you get them. And of course, POC major profit because it might send you back up. But value area high is really your target. And then only take the trade if... Oh, look at 4-hour RSI. Rhyming with stochastic in overbought. Not bad. Not bad. Maybe I'll take this trade with you if Market Cipher gives us something. Okay, we've got our Market Cipher red dot after some extreme confusion here on the 4-hour. We've got a red dot. Money flow is just sideways, let's be honest. This is sideways money flow. Very confused. VWAP is also confused and squeezing. Let's see what the daily's saying. Yeah, daily's looking juicy, right? VWAP's not giving the ultimate curve that we look for. We want it to curve towards the zero line, but it is moving down towards the cross. So basically this is what I would do, right? I would wait here And you might miss it. You might miss it, I'll be very honest. But this is the more risk managed way to take it. A little bit of a higher win rate. But I would wait for the green dot to print here. And VWAP to cross and money flow to point down. Then you've got your entry. Guys, look at that daily bull. That is nasty. Daily bullish divergence. It's 81%. Crazy. But yeah, this is not a bear div because we have higher momentum. Could just be a trigger wave. It's nicely above the 45. I think we'll end off here, guys. This could be cool. I'm going to drop in the... All right, awesome, bro. Let me check it out. I'm going to drop in the short position. Let's go somewhere to the higher zone of that high volume zone. Put our stop loss above that wick swing high. It's a little bit more drawdown than I'd like, really. Target bottom value area low. I won't put the TPs in, guys, but just take profit. If you have profit, take profit, guys. That's it. That's it. Simple, simple. Okay, and then let me use the circle. I've been enjoying the circle. All right, so it will be a little bit to the side, basically there. And you really want to see it in this zone. You want to see it in that zone. Really, when this, if the signal comes in anywhere in the value area high, you're still good. But this is such a nice high volume zone that it will just be so nice if you get that signal up there. And then, yeah. Just know always to take profits. I'm not going to drop in TPs here. But it's just an idea. All right, let me screenshot this, drop it in the Discord. Is my chat lagging here? Bitby, are you in the building, bro? I see you, man. It's like my chat is lagging on StreamYard, but I'm seeing it like popping up. That's so weird. Awesome to have you, Bitby. Welcome, welcome. We're gonna end off, but it's lovely to see you. All right, so in my TA, let's go. Hype, daily, potential, swing trade. Look for market cipher B, red dot, trigger wave with VWAP and MFI confluence. Watch the video in market cipher playlist if you need to. All right. I'm just going to say here, while price is still above value area high. There you go, crew. Hype short from $40. Yeah, that's like right in the middle of that SMC order block. Not bad. Let's see if Market Cypher gives it to us. Why are some not coming up on my... Oh, BitB, are you on Twitter, bro? Are you on X? Is that why? It's not showing up. Yeah, X is giving me glitches, but I see it like popping up on my screen. So BitB, join us on the YouTube, bro. But yeah, I think let's call it there, guys. It's been epic. I have so many more charts I want to get through. It's always like this. But I'm happy that I could do the charts that you guys wanted to look at. That's awesome. Let's have a look at some of McCall's P&L. Just for some inspo. Oh, and the trading setups. Oh, you got it on the MUBITE prop firm. Let's go, bro. Nice. 10x, 62%. Congrats, bro. Risk managed. Mischief managed. Job well done, man. Love it. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. It has been absolutely awesome. I think let's call it there before we all burn ourselves out. And yeah, if you were late into the stream, try recap as much as you can. And just be active in the Discord. Keep your eyes on that Telegram group. I am going to be dropping some very important videos there tomorrow and next week. Very excited about what's coming for the options. And yeah, very proud of the beginners. Well done. Sticking through a full intermediate pro stream is very impressive. And Aiko, always there. Beautiful. I mean, you must be learning so much because you're always there. I love it. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Share the stream. Comment on the stream once it's closed. Like the stream. Do whatever you like. But so awesome to have been here with you all. And we'll try to do 2 live streams next week, Tuesday and Thursday, seeing how it goes. And please be safe, right? Always remember my advice. Play from a position of power and strength. Use your stop loss and do not get wrecked. So much love and respect to all of you. Peace out.